Bon voyage, Capricorn. For most of the month, this September, the sun is moving through your ninth house of travel and adventure. Chances are there's probably not a lot going on with that at the moment, but with both Mercury and the sun squaring the true node in your sixth house of health, that could probably be for the best, as a lot of travel plans would wear you out. But the ninth house also rules ideology and your worldview, and it is positively aspecting your first house of self-image, so you should be really feeling yourself this month. And with Jupiter finally going direct in your sign, this is a pretty optimistic month for you. Venus is in your opposite sign at the beginning of the month until the 6th of September, and before then it will oppose your ruler in your sign. So, partnerships may feel quite all or nothing and a little bit intense for a little while. You might find a partner disagrees with you over money, finances, or aesthetics, but with Uranus in your sector of creativity and love, you may find creative and unexpected ways to solve these problems this month, especially around the full moon in Pisces. Now, the full moon in your third house of communication is an interesting one. It's full of surprises, and you may receive a very unexpected message or have a very exciting conversation. It also rules unexpected love, sparks, or pregnancies due to Uranus being there. So this is a very interesting and stimulating full moon for you, provided you're willing to compromise and roll with the unexpected. Mercury moves into Libra on the 5th of September. Your 10th house ruling career, long-term goals, public image, and your relationships with men. Now, awkwardly, this energy does clash with all the planets in your sign from the mid-month to the end of the month, which is somewhat challenging for you. And you may find communication is harder than usual with men, or career goals are delayed somewhat. But don't worry, because with Jupiter going direct, your luck is starting to change and your confidence is increasing. Mars goes retrograde on the 9th in the 4th house of home and family and self-care, but also women, so you may notice some old wounds coming up. And I know you want to push forward with career, but you must make time for home and family too. You need to nurture yourself. You may also notice family tensions become potentially more passive aggressive with this retrograde, but the energy is more about learning to communicate frustrations effectively. Get to the root of the arguments to avoid repetition. But overall, mostly a pretty optimistic and exciting month, with the golden point being Jupiter going direct in your sign, bringing you luck and abundance. Very exciting times, Capricorn. So stay tuned for the tarot. Have a wonderful month. Take care of yourself and enjoy this Virgo season. Have a good one, Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your September tarot forecast. This is following on from the astrology, which is time-stamped below if you want to watch that, and the extended part of this reading will be available on Vimeo. It really supports the channel, and if you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. So Capricorn, I've already drawn your oracle cards off screen, but we're going to get into the tarot part right now. So let's see what's going on for lovely Capricorn. Quite a lot of lucky energies going on for you this month in the stars, so we'll see what comes up in the cards. Ooh, Temperance right off the bat. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, Temperance. Ooh, Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Oh, okay. Interesting. We've got quite a story coming out already. So, first and foremost, before we get into the rest of the cards, I feel that a lot of Capricorns could be suffering with a little bit of imposter syndrome. So one thing that I'm seeing with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords is that some of you are questioning whether you deserve a type of success, a type of accolade, even a compliment of something. I feel a little bit like some Capricorns are just feeling a little bit unsure of themselves in terms of their success. That's one way that I'm sort of picking this up, especially with the Temperance card. You're trying to balance out in your head how this is all going to work, where it's all going to go. And this could be both in a work or relationship sense, but I think there is something in your life worth celebrating in September, Capricorn, and I think you're having trouble with it. Maybe you are doing better at work and it is not allowing you more time to see your family. You know, there is that clash between Mars and Saturn So there could be a clash with family. Maybe your success means that you don't get to spend as much time with your children or your significant other, or maybe it is out of balance a little bit. And one of the things that's coming up with this is that it's saying, yes, you do 100% deserve the success that you've worked for, but that you need to balance it in some way. So I'm just making sure those lights are not twinkling because that could be distracting for some people. So one thing as well with the Temperance and the Six of Wands is that your work and play balance, you really need to take some care, okay? Because there's a lot of energies worth enjoying this month, Capricorn. A lot of beautiful energies, especially with the Sun connecting with Jupiter. So Jupiter is going direct in your sign, which means your luck is about to go up rather than down, or rather than staying still. But of course, Jupiter having been in your sign this year has probably bestowed you some kind of significant gift. And if it's not, stay tuned for that. It will happen. Sometimes it happens more towards the end of the year. But this is the tarot part rather than the astrology. So I digress. The Temperance and the Six of Wands, Capricorn, is saying that you're burning the candle at both ends, trying to get everything to a certain standard, trying to make sure everything's done in a certain way, is actually, with the Eight of Swords here, is wearing you out a bit. It's making you a bit exhausted and a bit anxious even. It's almost as though your success at something, or that there is a fear of success, but either the success that you've gotten is worrying you in some way, maybe you're trying to keep it going, or maybe it's that you're a bit afraid of success. And I know you're thinking, girl, you're a you're a Capricorn. I'm not a Capricorn. You're probably thinking, this is stupid. We're Capricorns. Of course, we're not afraid of success. Yeah, you kind of are sometimes. You think you're not, but the thing that you want the most in life is generally the thing that you're also most afraid of. So I see it oftentimes with Capricorn moons, in particular, is that you do kind of fear success because it is a standard that you're very aware that you'll have to uphold. So that's one way of looking at it. But what's beautiful for you, Capricorn, with the Ten of Cups here is that this is so divine. The Ten of Cups is when something starts to feel emotionally fulfilling, okay? And it's actually on the other side of this Eight of Swords. It's what comes after that. So working through some anxieties, some imposter syndrome, some I don't deserve this belief, I won't have this belief, that kind of thing. We're trying to get you out the other end of that. And with the Ten of Cups here, I see that as the 10th of September being significant for something starting to show signs of coming to fruition. Yes, fruition. We got the fruition card, Seven of Pentacles. Something starting to come to fruition, something starting to work out. Yes, you're still kind of unsure. Okay, Two of Swords. The Ten of Cups is obviously one of the most beautiful cards in the whole deck. It is when things start to feel very emotionally settled, very secure, something that you've wanted for a long time, that you've gone through quite an emotional journey to get. You've put a lot of emotion into it, a lot of heart, a lot of soul. You've made connections through it. You've lost connections through it. That kind of thing. The Seven of Pentacles then following on, and the Moon. The Seven of Pentacles following on, Capricorn, is that you are kind of concerned with, well, where do we go now? Something seems to be working out in a big way, but there's anxieties going on elsewhere. So if you feel like nothing big is happening yet, give it to the end of September. And I'm not saying that it's the full fruition. I feel honestly for a lot of you it is. I feel it's Jupiter going direct, Saturn going direct, both in your sign this month. I feel like something is starting to manifest for you, and I feel that it has been slow, but I also feel that it has unearthed a little bit of, all I keep thinking is imposter syndrome. Like, do I deserve this? Does this, even in your romantic relationships, you could be thinking, does this person really want me for me, or am I putting forward an image? Do you know what I mean? I just feel like there's something going on in your life that's really good, or it's going to come to fruition in September, and it's going to require maintenance. And I think it's the maintenance part that you might be a bit afraid of, and that's what's making you unsure. That's what's making you a bit confused. Maybe it is somebody else's romantic feelings. Maybe it is career success, we're actually heading towards your career season with Libra season, so bear that in mind. We will get into it. Now, the moon card has shown up here. So the moon for me is oftentimes subconscious fears. King of Cups. So a lot of you could be dealing with a Pisces person right off the bat, or sun, moon, rising, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, so bear that in mind. But this is telling me that the Pisces full moon is significant for you, Capricorn, in a big way. Oh, Queen of Cups. Oh, stunning. Oh, what a hand. What a hand. The moon, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups side by side. That is so magical. I love when those two, when they come out side by side, it's always really beautiful. So let's talk about what this means, because we have the Fool underneath. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we'll go for the moon in Pisces. The full moon in Pisces in the 2nd, and there is going to be a new moon in Virgo on the 17th. So around the moon cycles, when the moon is changing, so note those days in your diary. When the moon is at one point of its, it's a significant point of its phase, what I see for you with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups is that there is some kind of emotional deepening between you and another person, or even for a very significant couple in your life. What it is that with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups side by side, Capricorn, it really is a beautiful soul-like connection. And with the full moon in Pisces, and I'm sorry to divert to the astrology, it's just that sometimes it comes up in the cards, with it aspecting your love sector, really this is looking a lot like love to me. So it's looking like a really harmonious change in a current relationship, some kind of next step, some kind of next move, something together that you are both raising a glass to. You've completed something together. For some of you, it's a business partnership that is a soul connection, because that can happen. You can actually have soulmate connections to businesses that you work for. You have some kind of contract with them to learn from them. So for a lot of you, I see this as a deepening of a bond, and it can be work, it can be love, but it's harmonious. It's somebody that you were meant to reincarnate with at the same time. I know that sounds very woo-woo, but where the relationship is meant to change you in some way. And for a lot of you, in your relationships at the moment, you're feeling a lot of fear with the opposition between Venus and your sign, with Saturn. It's kind of like digging a bit deeper with yourself to see what's really going on, because those relationship they can be quite self-sabotaging if you've a lot of subconscious triggers. If you fall in love and things are going well, or you start a business partnership and things are going well, oftentimes you can sometimes try and look for red flags, and then ironically enough, with people, whenever they're dealing with somebody who's unhealthy, they try and ignore the red flags. It just seems to work out that way. I don't know why. But I think for a lot of you in work and in love, there is a soul connection going on here. So for some of you that are following the correct career path for yourself, or you're looking to do that, I think a lot of you have some imposter syndrome to work through. And even in your relationships, there's a bit of imposter syndrome, like, will they really love me for who I am? That kind of thing. I just feel like there's a big improvement. And with the Fool card, I feel that you are setting into a brand new journey, and it is the maintenance of it that is frightening you a little bit. Okay, so if this doesn't make any sense now, do wait until the end of September, because when Jupiter and Saturn have moved forward, it is going to feel very different. Very different. And you're in this process at the moment, Capricorn, of healing. So let's look at your oracle cards. The first card that I had was Solace, Bodies of Water, and Green Tara, Start Delegating. So ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself, and spend time near water or a lake, water such as the lake, river, or ocean, to recharge your batteries. Okay, so the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups and Temperance, and the Moon even. There is very watery energy. So you will feel better emotionally by recharging near the water. So for some of you, that's even a bath. For some of you, it is going to the sea, and also knowing to ask for help with the Green Tara card. Okay, so ask others, including me, to help instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So I feel with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups side by side, you will be working with people this month who really want to support you emotionally, especially your water sign partners or friends. There could also be, and I know this sounds very strange, with the Moon and the King of Cups, if you're completely single, there could actually be someone who really likes you from afar, someone who's very mysterious about their feelings, or someone who's really keeping them close to their chest. But I feel like it reveals itself by the end of the month anyway. So creativity and self-respect. So the self-respect card, I feel very strongly with the Six of Wands and the Temperance card, is that you're learning, Capricorn, to respect your decisions more and to respect your boundaries more, but also to know that you deserve these good things. You know, she's walking a path of self-respect to a castle. She knows that she has a right to be there, okay? So for some of you, you really need to know that you have a right to be where you are. Maybe someone has said something that's made you question it. Maybe you feel like you don't look like the other people there. You don't, necessarily have the same status or the same background, but you're working very hard, and you need to know that you've a right to be where you are. With the creativity card, especially with all the cups energy, Capricorn, I feel that you're really thriving. Even the astrology supports it. You're really creative. You're really indulging all your senses, and you're putting your heart and soul into things. And with the door imagery here, I feel that this is really opening doors for you metaphorically. It's you have to be very careful of not shutting the door yourself through your own fear of what's on the other side. Card-wise, we have the Goddess of the Moon. So I'm very intrigued you got the Moon card as well. I feel that the moons this month are very, very significant for you, Capricorn. I think they're very, very important, and I think that's been highlighted twice. And the reason that it's coming up is because there is, in some way, with the full moon and the new moon, that culmination of energy. A lot of things with the Pisces full moon are going to rise to the surface, especially things that you're not necessarily aware of, especially communications. That could be when secretive attractions come out, if there are any. And it could also be when people really want to have a conversation about their feelings, okay? So be prepared for that. You actually are going to be very much a magnet for other people's emotions. Like, people are really going to want to talk to you about things, and people are going to find you very easy to talk to, and they're really going to respect your opinion. So again, make sure that you trust yourself enough to feel the value in that. Make sure that you believe that you deserve to be regarded as a good friend or a good lover or a good whatever. Have confidence in that. The Victory card, I do see, especially with the Six of Wands, I do see that there is some kind of success, Capricorn, and it's very clear in your cards. And I actually think as well with the Unicorn card, because with unicorns we kind of doubt their existence, but you can't necessarily confirm it, unless you're 100% into science. The mythology of the unicorn is very much to do with maybe they could have been alive at one point, maybe they are roaming around the hills in Scotland, but nobody sees them, that kind of thing. Very vast landscapes, it's unexplored really. So with the Unicorn card, I think a lot of you are doubting your specialness. I think a lot of you are doubting your uniqueness. And I see with the Victory card and the Unicorn, a lot of you are on a very unique path. A lot of you have a very unique calling. And I think some of you have kind of rejected that side of you because maybe you don't think, say you wanted to be a tarot reader on YouTube, but you didn't feel like you looked like everybody else. You didn't have like certain colors of hair or anything like that. Say that was your belief per se. Obviously everybody looks very different on here, but say that was your belief. You maybe just felt like you don't quite look like you would fit in somewhere, or you don't feel like you're a brand on your own or something like that. I don't know. But there is some kind of belief that is stopping you seeing how much potential you have and how much is opening up to you, which is really important. Having had Jupiter in my sign a couple of years ago, what I will say for you is make the most of it. Have belief that good things can happen. Get very clear about what it is that you want. I had things happen to me when Jupiter was in my sign that I still can't quite believe. You know what I mean? Which is the unicorn theme. You know, maybe you just don't believe it. Like maybe you just don't think that this sort of thing happens for you. But I digress. I have spoken long enough, Capricorn. I hope you got something out of this tarot reading and the astrology. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next set of readings. The extended to this is linked below. We'll get more into the water signs and then deal with the earth signs, the fire signs, and the air signs if you're interested in them, and get more in depth into your cards. I will see you there, Capricorn. Bye.